There's a deep-seated, rooted belief within us that the reason why we feel unwhole and incomplete is because we're trying to extend our riches from something we need to have from the outside. And I don't mean rich by materialistic possessions or abundance of money. I mean rich, R-I-C-H, realizing I create happiness. Realizing that your happiness is something you cultivate within, and applying this understanding of fulfillment, you'll realize that it's a process that you create within your heart, not something that you attract on the outside to complete your heart. Welcome, 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 awakened ones, to another episode on the Level of Wisdom. If you're new to this channel, my name is Brittany. What I do is I assist people in awakening to their power to find the infinite love within. If you're already watching this, already smack that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification to get daily videos from me. Also follow me on Instagram for daily upliftment for your betterment. But the beautiful thing is that what I'm about to share with you today, watch until the end of this video so you can cultivate these techniques into your life to feeling fulfilled and whole within yourself. Now let's jump right into this. Understand that we come into this world with nothing but ourselves, and then we leave this world with nothing but ourselves. But we have a tendency to extend our riches outwards, meaning that R-I-C-H, the word rich, just look at it, R-I-C-H, realizing I create happiness. We extend our happiness into the external world outside of us and not realizing that true fulfillment comes within. We're in a constant state of our light and dark self intertwining with one another and separating it, and not really cultivating a state of balance, meaning that our minds and our hearts are always in coherence with each other and not feeling like it's accurate or in alignment. And understand this, your shadow self is your ego self, which is of your flesh, which is of your beliefs, and the ego is always in a state of separation. And then you have your inner being, which is your divine spiritual self, which is of light, which is connected to our higher selves. Now, when we're not in an alignment, that's when we start wanting things outside of us. And then when we start wanting things outside of us to the point that we start chasing, we start wondering, we start assuming, we start questioning, we start doubting, we get into a state of feeling lackful. And lackful just comes from a state of feeling unwhole and incomplete. True fulfillment is not extended by what you gain and what you have. I say this in most of my videos. It is about how you cultivate yourself to be. True fulfillment comes from understanding yourself, going within your heart, going through all the barriers that you put to surround your heart, that little armor you put around your heart, going through that armor, going through those barriers, getting to the root cause of why you feel unfulfilled. And the majority of us feel unfulfilled in this world is because we feel unworthy. The reason why we feel unworthy is because we have a belief that was stemmed down from what happened to us at a young age, and we took that belief and made it our own, to the point that that belief reprogrammed us to have certain traits, and we act upon a certain pattern, those traits, to the point that we started acting upon that story of that pattern from that belief. And in doing so, we just walked those patterns. We just walked through the rhythm of that pattern, that programming that we have created, to the point that we started believing in the fact that we are unworthy. We started to believe in the fact that we're not deserving of love. We're not deserving of abundance. We're not rich. The world is against me. God is against me. The enemy is always by my side. Here's the thing. You have that belief that you feel unworthy. But the reason why you don't feel good enough and complete is because you keep telling yourself that you're not good enough and not complete. Now, how do you feel fulfilled and complete? By understanding this. If you had some times in your life when you went through traumatic moments, a heartbreak, a breakup, or something traumatic happened when someone hurt you, someone betrayed you, or you self-sabotage yourself, or the fact that when you were down and out and the people that you love weren't there for you the way that you needed it, but you were always there for them. Understand this. Who was there for you to lift you up when you didn't think you could keep moving? It was you. It was yourself. Who assisted you and guided you to realize that you're more than what everyone has told you to believe, even though you were fighting against these beliefs, but you knew that you were more deep within? It was yourself. It was your higher self trying to work with your ego to understand that you are more than what this life perceives you to be. Now understand this. You are light and you are darkness. There's no separation within. There's no white, there's no black. There's just a cultivation of a cycle of circulation. It's just reciprocating energy, and it all connects and it all works together. There's no need to work against yourself. There's no need for your mind and your heart to always be in a battlefield. You only put yourself in punishment by allowing yourself to feel unfulfilled. It's only you. True failure comes from feeling unfulfilled with yourself. And here I will be the realest I could ever be with you. I've had a lot of good things going in my life, but it didn't feel good enough to me because I didn't feel good enough for myself. So I had to realize I had to change the way I thought, how I perceived life to be. When I started to realize I had a little money and I thought I was broke, I started to realize that when I had a little bit of money, I was rich, and therefore that little bit of money was going to cultivate that money coming back into my life tenfold. I had to change my beliefs that even though this person left me and made me feel unworthy, I had to realize that this person probably wasn't meant for me because I'm worthy of something better. You have to change the way you think and feel about yourself. And when you do not, you keep chasing things outside of you that make you feel whole and complete, to the point that those things start running from you rather than coming to you. That's why a lot of us feel incomplete and unfulfilled. So when you start to go in and cultivate the traits of realizing you're the one that completes you. So how do you complete you? Start realizing what you love about you, about your body, how you feel. Do you love your eyes? Do you love your flaws? Do you love the fact that even though you're a little bit weird and kooky, no one understands you? You love that about yourself because that makes you different? Do that. Start doing some self-love analysis. Start looking in the mirror and say things you don't like about yourself, say things you love about yourself, and say the things that you don't like. What do you want to do to love those parts of you? Because your dark self is still your light self, and your light self is still your dark self. You are one whole being. Start falling in love with the being that you truly are completely. That's how you feel complete. Now I'm going to leave you with the one last thing, and this is the beautiful thing I've realized in my life. When I started to feel whole and complete with myself, when I started to fall in love with me, and I started to do a lot of self-development, when I started to look up people that resonated with my heart, when I started to do things, my passion, and started speaking about what really inspires me, I started to realize I started to fall in love with who I am. I started to be more appreciative of who I am. I started to be more appreciative of things outside of me. But I started to be more appreciative of me because I am the miracle within this life, and this life became the miracle to me. And then when I started to realize this, I started to realize I didn't need anything. I just wanted myself. I didn't need anything outside of me. I just wanted those things. But I really wanted myself. And when I started to ground myself and realize I wanted who I wanted more, when you start doing this, you'll realize those things outside of you that you want you 10 times more than you want it. And why is that? Because you started to realize that you are whole and complete with yourself. Because you're living in your own story. You're creating a new story for you, and you're in love with that story, and you're already living with it in your heart, and you already see it regardless of what your outer reality is saying to you. You see it differently, you feel it differently, you act differently, you feel it in the course of your veins, the magic that you're cultivating within, to the point that is you, that magic is you. And then when you realize this, you realize, damn, I just want things so I could experience them, but I don't need them. And then things just start coming to you, working in your favor, because the universe has pushed you into alignment with yourself to the point you took the path of least resistance and you started to take the path of flow of your true alignment. And therefore the universe started working with you. And therefore, because you feel whole and complete, and the universe started to reciprocate the energy you were emitting. That's the beauty of feeling whole and complete. So start realizing what makes you fulfilled about you, and I guarantee you everything that you want will start chasing you down rather than you chasing it. Everything is energy. Once you ground yourself in your harmony, in your alignment, in your own energy, everything will have to reciprocate that. So change your story, because it's only up to you. You have your own free will to think and be who you want to be. So start being that right now, because you always have the power within you. But that was my message for today. If you guys enjoyed this, smack that like button. Also, there'll be a little picture of me that'll pop up. Click that, subscribe to my video. Even in the description, there'll be a link so you can follow me on Instagram and subscribe to this channel. But until then, you guys, I am grateful I shared this message with you, and I can serve you to be a better you so you can serve you. But until then, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. With bliss and love, I adore you. Namaste.